This community, python snakes are worshipped as ancestors and goddess. They are treated with utmost respect and dignity. Please, before I continue, always respect people's culture and tradition. This is Africa. If you are visiting some places in Idemili local government area of Anambra State, Nigeria, you must have one thing in mind. It is a taboo to hunt any kind of python snakes in the land because they believe that python snakes represent their ancestors and deity, therefore a custodian of their culture and tradition. And if anyone unknowingly or mistakenly killed any of these snakes, the person will be forced to give this snake a befitting burial inside casket, just like human being. And he or she is to provide a goat and fowl for the burial. These snakes are called Eke Idemili, and Idemili is derived from the popular Idemili River that cut across communities in the local government. And it is believed that these snakes lives inside the river. That is why it is named Eke Idemili. And it was said that these snakes usually visit people in their homes for different reasons. They are very free and not harmful, except if an outsider visits the community with bad intention. The person should expect a visit from this python. I was told that not only Idemili people believes in this, some part of Delta, Imo, Bayelsa and Yobe State also believe in this. Please, if you are from these areas, help me confirm and let me know in the comment section. I will see you in my next video. You see, in this tribe, only men are allowed to cheat in marriage. If any woman cheats on her husband, the gods of the land will descend on her. Welcome to Akwa Ibom State. Among the Anang and Ibibio people, there is a deity called Ekonkao. This deity specifically goes after women who commit adultery. If found guilty, she will face a severe punishment from the gods. But if the woman confesses on time, she will go through a cleansing process and then she will be saved. And also, if her husband is aware that his wife is cheating on him and do nothing about it, he will be the one to face the punishment if he keeps eating her food. I was told that some part of Cross River, Benue and Enugu also practice this. Please, if you are from these areas, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video. Meet this tribe in Benue State, where women are not allowed to be buried in their husband's house, but must be returned back home to her family for proper burial. There is an unconfirmed report that some tribes in Nigeria also practice this. But in Benue State, the Idoma tribe is one of the most beautiful tribes in Nigeria. Go and confirm. If you want to marry from this tribe, you must have one thing in mind. When anything happens to your wife, you must return her back home. Now let me tell you the reason for this practice in Idoma land. In the 19th century, slavery was rampant in Idoma land. Aside from selling people into slavery, as at that time human sacrifice was also rampant. So it was common for men to marry women under false pretense in the land. When men comes to marry, they take their daughters away, use them for whatever they want to use them for. They come back to lie to the family that the woman is dead, and that's final. So the elders came together, find a way to stop this. When you marry their daughter, if anything happens to her, bring her back to the family. We want to see her. Hold on, additional information. This woman must not be buried in her father's compound exactly, but she will be buried among the family members' house. In fact, sometimes fights do break out among these family members as they compete for whose compound she should be buried. The reason for this is for the unity of the family to continue. Of course, if my daughter isn't buried in your house, the union will continue. These two angry rivers met but refused to mix with each other. We have been hearing about strange places in the world, but have you heard about the Oguta Lake in the eastern part of Nigeria, Imo State, where two rivers who are believed to be angry with each other met but refused to mix with each other? One of the river is called Orachi, while the other one is called Aguide. According to villagers, they say since these two rivers met, it has remained this way up to date. As you can see, they are flowing side by side, just like couples who had an argument and refused to talk to each other. Legend has it that if you fetch out of both rivers and try to mix them in the same bowl, they will still flow separately without mixing with each other. Since these rivers met, they have remained the same way for so many years. And trust my African people, shrines are now built around this lake. People come here for different sacrifices and other spiritual reasons because they believe that these two rivers are spiritual.
Please, if you are from this area, you know about this lake very well. Help me shed more light in the comment section. I will see you in my next video.
This is the king of Ebira land in Kogi State, Nigeria. I am not here to tell you about the king, but his eye-catching magnificent palace located in Okene, despite the presence of powerful kings in Nigeria. This palace is said to be the most beautiful palace not only in Nigeria but in West Africa. This palace has attracted tourists and visitors all over Africa. The current king, His Royal Majesty Abdulrahman Ado Ibrahim, assumed office on the 2nd of June 1997 as the Ohinoi of Ebira land and is said to be the 4th traditional ruler in the kingdom. He began the construction of this palace ever since then. The palace is named the Azad Palace after his first son, Prince Azad Ado Ibrahim, who passed on many years ago. Long live your majesty. Kogi people, hello. Please, if you think there is another palace in West Africa more beautiful than this one, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you in my next video. This is the youngest king in Yoruba land. His Royal Majesty Oloyede Adekoya was just 16 years old in 2019 when he was enthroned as the new Ojima Arujale of Okeluse in Ose local government area of Ondo State, Nigeria, after the death of his father. The kingship fell on him as the only son out of 4 children of his late father. He said it came as a shock and unexpected as it came too soon because he was very young as at the time. But since the tradition of the town demands the first son of the monarch who passed on should automatically ascend the throne, he was left with no option other than to become the traditional ruler of the town. Yes, before you ask, he is still going to school. He was in JSS 3 in 2019 when he was enthroned. I personally wish him a peaceful reign. Long live your majesty. I'll see you in my next video. Have you ever wondered why the Oba of Benin and his wives do cover their mouth with white handkerchief? Wait, I will tell you. The Oba of Benin is the king of the Benin Kingdom in Edo State, an oldest traditional ruler in West Africa and Nigeria. The Oba and his wives have one thing in common whenever they appear in public. This is the usual covering of their mouth with white handkerchief. This trend was passed from generation to generation. The reason why the Oba of Benin usually cover his mouth is to prevent people from seeing his teeth. According to tradition, no one is supposed to see his teeth because when he talks, he is the supreme authority and whatever he says is final and he doesn't talk too much. And again, he must not eat in public. No one is supposed to see him chew his mouth because he is a different being. And for the wives, covering their mouth is as a sign of submission to the king. The Oba of Benin is one of the most respected kings in Africa. May he live long. In my next video, I will be sharing with you a place in Nigeria where only women are allowed to rule. Welcome to Kum Kingdom, where only women are allowed to rule. No man dares to sit on the throne. This kingdom is located in the northern part of Nigeria. The reason is due to a curse placed by a female warrior, Princess Magajiya Maimuna, who conquered the kingdom so many years ago. After her victory, she allowed her brother to take charge as the ruler. But 1 week later, the brother fell sick and died. Her second brother took over, but the same thing happened to him. She then decided to rule by herself, and she reigned for about 83 years. Ever since then, women have been in charge of this kingdom up to date. Kumbwada is in Moya local government area of Niger State in Nigeria. And the current king is Hajiya Hadiza Ahmed, and she has ruled this kingdom for over 20 years. Meet the youngest king in Nigeria, and he is just 12 years old. His Royal Majesty Igwe Akubisi Okonkwo took over the throne at the age of 10 after the death of his father in December 2020. But he was crowned king on 7th of January 2021. He is currently the king of Ihiora Anam Kingdom in West Local Government area of Anambra State, Nigeria, and he is expected to rule all the days of his life. Although some of the villagers were worried how a 10 years old will manage serious matters of the community,
but some said that he's a very wise king. I was told that when his father was also crowned, he was the youngest king as at the time. I personally wish him a peaceful reign. Long live your majesty. In my next video, I'll be sharing with you a very interesting topic.